Hey there everyone, I am Vickie Howell, the founder and creative director of YarnYAY, knitting and crochet subscription boxes, and I am every month really excited to do this, but this month I'm especially excited about unboxing live the October YarnYAY box. And the reason for that is that, every month I love everything and I'm so happy to bring all of the items, the luscious yarn and great indie items to you. But this month we are also celebrating the launch of my 13th book, The Knit Vibe, A Knitter's Guide to Community, Creativity, and Well-Being for the Mind, Body, and Soul. And so because of that, our box is themed around all of the goodness that's in the book, either inspired by or actually in it. So let's do this. Let's unbox October's YarnYAY. All right, so every month if you subscribe, you get this great little aqua box of happy delivered from my doorstep to yours. Not my personal doorstep. I don't have that much room for all the boxes, but definitely from my heart to yours. All right, so first, on the top is our booklet. Okay, so normally, for those of you that have subscribed before, you're familiar with the fact that we always have a booklet, although they're usually much smaller. For those of you that are new, that will mean nothing to you. I apologize, this is backwards. I'm originally broadcasting this live and the front forward-facing camera does mirror images. All right, so this time our booklet not only has the two patterns that are offered in the box, which I'll show you in one second, but also just little tastes of some of the other content that is in the Knit Vibe. The Knit Vibe is not just a patterns book, although it does have patterns in it. It also celebrates professionals, both veterans and newer designers. It really leans into community, and we spend a lot of time talking about using our knitting and crochet for everything from connecting with spirituality to using it towards acts of activism to connecting with other people. I believe that creativity, and for us it's knitting and crochet, really is the conduit for how we communicate and how we see the world even. So you get little snips of that. So that means that you might get a little blurb of mindfulness by a therapist, Chelsea DeCrife, who's in there. A wrist stretch from a yoga instructor, Alicia Montoya, a little bit of crystals for creativity, features on some amazing community members, just a little drip of some of the vast amount of, or the breadth rather, of people in our community. Great profiles. You'll get just a little snippet of a couple of profiles from both, just really well-known, amazing people. And of course, the pattern. So you are getting a pattern straight from the book. You're the first to get it. So you will be getting the pattern for my go-to wrist warmers. Now in the book we have many patterns from a bunch of contributors, but I personally designed everything for the go-to gift section because you know how I do. I want you to be able to accomplish something quickly, but for it to be cool and interesting and fun to make. These wrist warmers do that in spades, I think. They're simple and clean, so that means they can be a great unisex gift, but they also have a really nice little cable detailing that adds interest. So that is for the knitters amongst us. But if I do something for knitters, I'm also doing something for crocheters. So not in the book, although there are 4 crochet patterns in the book, is this pattern that I designed exclusively for YarnYAYers, a crochet version. And these are just one of those projects that you can make for anybody in your life, office mates, family, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. It's just one of those things, and you can whip them up in a weekend. So they're great go-to gifts. All right, so that's just the booklet. Why don't we talk about the yarn that we'll be using to make our wrist warmers? And as a side note, if wrist warmers aren't your gig, I always send out an email a few days after we ship with alternative ideas that you can make with the same amount of yarn that we're getting. Some of them might be my designs, some might just be some other cool designs from other designers that I've come across. I just want you to have success and have a great time with the products that we're delivering to you. All right, our yarn this month is What Choose It by Valley Yarns. Cashmere, anyone? I'm so excited because Kathy Elkins and Steve Elkins, who own Webs, and they are the, this is their line, Valley Yarns, they did us a solid, and gave me a great deal so that I could provide what is valued at a $20 ball of yarn to all of you. So this is 70% merino wool, 30% cashmere, and it comes in this really light, lovely shade of gray, so it'll go with anything, and also great if you want to make it for yourself. If you're a woman, give it to a guy, vice versa, or, you know, whatever gender you identify as. This is a pretty sort of neutral color. It's also beautiful. It's just really lush. So, what Choose It? It's pretty gorgeous, so soft. I can't wait for you to get your cashmere on. All right. So, and then of course we know that that's a small business that is so supportive of YarnYAY, of me personally, and supportive of designers in our industry. All right, the next item we have is by another independent company, also another female or women-run company. It's run by Heather Zappetti, and it is called Stitch Sprouts. It's also a BIPOC run company. We have got stitch markers. All right, these are going to make a lot more sense when I show you the next item, but since we're live, I'm just going to do it this way. All right, so what you'll be getting is 2 stitch markers that are good for knitters and crocheters that go with our little knit vibey theme. We've got our yarn ball Saturn, and these were made just for us, exclusively for YarnYAY. And also, I think I just dropped the other one, so I'm just going to open this live. And then a second one is crystals, because crystals are having a moment right now. Only these are plastic. They're laser cut and again made specifically for us. They are removable, so that means that you can use them, as I said before, if you're a crocheter and a knitter. And if you don't want to use them as stitch markers, you could turn them into earrings. They are that cute. So that's by a company called Stitch Sprouts. Feel good about supporting it. Another great independent business. Also, just a side note, I also use a local independent woman-run business to print all of our booklets as well. All right, and the last item I'm just thrilled about, I had artwork commissioned by Rebecca Wright, so you can kind of see it over my shoulder here. Quite some time ago, after the book went to print, I met her at a conference we were both at, and I asked her if she would create some artwork for me that was inspired by the knit vibe. And so I commissioned it from her, and she created the most beautiful, I call her Our Lady of Perpetual Stitching, for me, and you will all be getting her in her full glory on a full-size tote bag. So, as I mentioned before, the stitch markers will make a lot more sense now. She came up with the yarn ball Saturns. These are her crystals. You'll also notice the yarn hair. There's a crochet hook in here, actually in her hair. There's knitting needles over here, button moons, just really, really adorable. I'm using this artwork everywhere. You've probably seen me post about it a lot. This is Rebecca Wright's. She does a lot of mystical ladies. You should check her out on Instagram. She's just also a really solid, lovely person, artist out of Denver. And this is a larger tote bag than we've ever given before in a YarnYAY box. So that really rounds it out. Isn't it just lovely? I'm just so excited about this. So we've gotten very vibey for this month's box. Couple other things. So we also are doing something a little different, a little special this month. So in only 100 of our boxes, there will be a darker shade of gray, just straight up gray. The other one was super light gray. I know, right? It's a little shady. For the people who get the darker shade of gray, I want you to think of that as like a golden ticket. We're calling it a gray ball ticket. If you get one of these, all you have to do is snap a picture of you with it or the box with it and post it on social media, not in a private group, but publicly on social media. Tag at Vickie Howell with the hashtag YarnYAY giveaway so that we are sure to see it. Everybody who does that will get a $10 credit to YarnYAY.com. So all 100 of you that are the handful that will get, the large handful that will get the darker gray. So that is our yarn ball ticket, our gray ball ticket. But that's not all. In addition to the $10 credit to YarnYAY.com, you will also be entered, one of just that small group of people that will be entered to win one of 3 prizes from Webs. There are 2 prizes valued at $75 each, and it'll be all kinds of stuff from the Valley Yarns line. And then 1 grand prize valued at $150 each. So super fun. I want to see all of these dark, these gray ball pictures. Best of luck with getting your gray ball ticket. All right. And then the last thing for this particular box that is an initiative that I'm really excited about is that to go along with the general philosophy of the knit vibe, and one of the reasons that I wrote the book, I really wanted to lean into the mental wellness aspect of not only the book, but just the conversation that needs to be had right now. So 50 cents from every box purchased for the month of October will go to a nonprofit organization called Active Minds. If you haven't heard of them, please look them up. It's just activeminds.org, I believe. And they are a mental health awareness and education organization for students. So they really focus on ages 14 to 25. The ratio of kids struggling with mental health goes up exponentially once they hit high school and all through college. But the thing is that it's not talked about amongst them as much. And so that's really sort of, this group really, they have hundreds of chapters on high school and college campuses across the nation. And what they want to do is they want to change the conversation and also how mental health is cared for in this country. So wonderful organization. Look them up. 50 cents of every box that you buy, every October box you buy this month will go to that organization. And then I'll round it out with add-ons. Our main add-on is going to be the obvious, the Knit Vibe. Again, I'm sorry it's reading backwards on this video. The Knit Vibe books are out officially on October 8th, so we are shipping them imminently. So we've got those up at YarnYAY.com as well. And then, as usual, we have loads of other things too. We've got digital patterns, we've got needle sets, we've got yarn, we've got kits. So check that out as well. And I realized I didn't mention it before. The monthly subscription is $35 plus $6 flat rate shipping if you are in the US and $10 flat if you are anywhere else in the world. And then you also have the option to prepay. And we have 3, 6, and 12-month prepay options. And if you choose any of those, you get a little special gift. And you can see what those are by going to YarnYAY.com. So thank you so much for being here for another YarnYAY unboxing. I can't wait to YarnYAY with you. Bye.